Did you enjoy that video, that GoPro footage? I hope that you did. I really enjoyed it. It was a crazy experience, very crazy, but I just loved that I was actually able to get that footage. I hadn't seen anything else like it online, so I hope that it gave you an actual first-hand look at Wanda Patusi. I now actually am going to go over a little bit about Wanda Patusi and my experience there. As you were able to see, that actually was my full footage of actually coming down the very first little bit. If you have done any research about this hike, the very end is going to be like a ledge, as you saw. Going up, you're actually going to grab it at sunrise, so it's actually going to be completely dark on your way up. On your way down, you're able to get a little bit of sunlight there, and that's why I was able to actually film it. So I will start out by saying this is located in Bolivia, which is in the continent of South America. It is actually located right outside La Paz, which is the largest city. It also is the highest city in the world. It is really crazy. When I first went in, I knew it was like a high up city, and then I went for a run and I was like, ugh. Wow. I had come from doing some other hikes around Peru, but it was super crazy. And seeing those numbers that there's this hike, it only takes a couple days and it's close by, it's not very expensive. Oh my gosh, I have to take advantage of this and go and do it. And I'm so glad that I did, but it was really crazy. So it technically is this 3-day hike. The first day, you're going to drive to kind of the base camp there. Every night you actually are going to sleep in huts. Maybe you might sleep in tents. I didn't see them there, but my experience is you slept in little huts. So the first night you're there and you actually hike up a couple of hours to more of some ice. So if you're not experienced with crampons at all, this actually is an okay way of getting to kind of try them out. On some mountains I get a little bit, I wouldn't say annoyed, but I'm just kind of like, you should know this going into this mountain. But this is a mountain that they're kind of teaching you along the way. I will say they're not great with English. If you know a little bit of Spanish, they're definitely willing to work with you, but kind of getting that, making sure, you know, to understand going down ice or going down snow, how to actually use your crampons correctly. We actually got 2 ice axes in our hands and we're able to practice. Actually was this really cool experience. And then headed back. I was with, I would say, 8 different people, and everyone, once you're actually in a rope, you're 2 people to 1 guide, so you're always going to be in either a group of 2 or a group of 3, even if your party itself is a larger group like ours was. I definitely packed lots of snacks going in, but they fed you really well. The second day we got a move on pretty early. We got to that next hut and then kind of hung out there. That at that time was actually the highest that I'd ever been, so it was a little bit overwhelming. I knew I'm just going to go one step at a time, and hopefully I can make it. I did wake up at midnight. You started for that summit. It was incredibly steep. So you started, like I said, just after midnight. You woke up, had some soup, and then started for the summit. You did get in some ice climbing, which really exhausted me, but it was super awesome and very cool. And then once we were at the summit, you actually can see La Paz in the background, far away, but it is so beautiful to be up that high. It was just amazing. So many different groups actually could see the sunrise. We were there like right as it was rising. So cool. We got back to that second hut that we actually just ended up sleeping in and leaving for midnight. We stayed there, got some things to eat. I think that we might have just like kind of had a little bit of a relax and then packed up our bags, everything there, and then headed all the way down. And then at that first hut, that's where kind of a taxi would be waiting for you. From there, you just are driven back to La Paz. I'm sure you actually could start it from somewhere else. So once I actually was in La Paz, that's when I first heard about it, and it's really popular once you're actually there to hear about it. It's just going to be, there's signs everywhere. I know on so many different videos, when I do these videos, so many people ask which guide I use. I couldn't even tell you, to be honest. You will just see so many as you go and really ask them questions about it, because the first one that I went into, I was like, that's really cool. But I went in and they were like, oh, you know, if you don't feel comfortable ice climbing, you can just go around it. And that's not the case. So they obviously didn't know what they were talking about. So I'd say you're totally fine to actually book once you're there. But once you're there, make sure that you actually ask them the correct questions. Everything was included. It was only a couple $100s. They also did provide any mountaineering gear that you needed, so you also didn't need to bring that. It was a really cool experience for my first incredibly high elevation hike. Of course, since then I have done some others, but I definitely wanted to bring you through one of the coolest experiences, honestly, of my life, but also that I've got on video. If you did like this video, please give it a quick thumbs up. It really helps me. It's the smallest thing that you can do. It also helps my dog Thor, in which I love so much. So thank you so much for watching. I will bring you on so many new life adventures in the future, so make sure you're subscribed, and I will see you soon. Keep living life. Bye.